Good morning, everyone. Everyone, please switch on your videos. Yes, everyone, kindly switch on your videos. Yes, the rest, switch on your videos. Okay, so we will start. Okay. So today we will discuss about poliomyelitis. Okay. So since you asked to revise this topic, so we'll discuss one topic a day. Okay. So regarding poliomyelitis, it is a viral infection. Okay, it is caused by a virus. That is, the virus is a RNA virus. Okay, RNA virus means ribonucleic acid virus. Okay, so and the name of the virus is poliovirus only, and the category is the RNA virus. Okay, and it primarily affects the alimentary tract. Alimentary tract means the digestive tract, but sometimes it might also affect the CNS. CNS means the central nervous system, which includes your brain and the spinal cord. So CNS is affected in a number of small cases. Okay, in a very small amount you will find that it affects the CNS, but most of the time it affects the digestive tract or the alimentary tract only. And when it affects the CNS, that is the brain and the spinal cord, it might lead to paralysis, and sometimes it might also lead to death as well. Now the question is polio an eradicable disease? Okay, the answer is yes, but it has not been eradicated till now. Okay, so do not make this confusion. So polio has not been eradicated, but it has all the capacities to be eradicated. Okay, so why it can be eradicated, or why polio is an eradicable disease? So there are, so if I say eradication, so what does this means? Eradication, disease eradication, anyone? Anyone? Can anyone tell me what does eradication means? It's okay even if you were wrong. Just think what eradication means and then answer.
Permanent reduction.
Permanent reduction. Okay. Anyone else? Others? Yes, others. I can see other people. Mosam, Omem, Rijumoni, Sanjana, Jugal, Taba. Tell me. Removal. Okay. Eliminates. Okay, the rest. Say what is eradication? Do you all remember something called as the natural history of disease? When I taught about the disease and also in the revision classes, I said that there are two phases, right? Pre-pathogenesis and pathogenesis. Within the pathogenesis phase, you had another three subphases, okay? The number one was disease control, number two was disease elimination, number three was your disease eradication, okay? So this is how things are interrelated, okay? So now if you think that natural history of disease is a different chapter, polio is a different chapter, no, okay, things are interrelated. So by disease control we meant reducing the incidence, the duration of the disease, right, complication of the disease, all this came under your disease control. Disease elimination meant reducing the transmission of the disease, right, by taking the proper preventive measure, okay, interruption of transmission. And disease eradication, it meant that termination of the disease by extermination of the infectious agent. So whatever you both answered correct, that it's the removal of the disease, or you said that it's termination or reduction. So it is, and then how? But by eliminating the infectious agent itself, okay? And smallpox is the only disease that have been eradicated, right? Because the infectious agent, okay, the agent, that is the variola virus that was causing the smallpox, that virus itself was removed or that was killed, okay? So that is meant by disease eradication, where you have to remove or kill the virus itself, okay? Clear? Eradication. So this is what is meant by eradication. So polio virus has also the property to be eradicated. That means that we have the chances of removing the polio virus forever or killing the polio virus. Now why? Okay, so there are some reasons that were given. That man is the only host. Okay, for some diseases such as TB, we were discussing yesterday, right? So bovine animals can also be a host, human beings can also be a host, right? But so when the range of host is more, it is difficult for you to eradicate a disease. Here the host is a human being only, right? So since man is the only host, it will be easier to eradicate the disease or to eradicate the infectious organism, okay? And a long term carrier state is not known. That is, when the carrier state is more, so carrier state means when the virus is present in your body but you are not showing the signs and symptoms. So when this state will be long, then it will be difficult to eradicate a disease, because that person who is not experiencing signs and symptoms, that person will not go and do a checkup or some investigation whether he is having polio or not, right? He will be the person carrying it and then he will transmit it to other person. So carriers are more dangerous, okay? Because when a person is having polio and he is showing the signs and symptoms, you will be careful from that particular person, right? You know that that person has polio, then proper measures will be taken, all the preventive measures, also the treatment measures. But a person who is a carrier, you will not know whether the person is having having the virus in his body or not. So no treatment measures, no preventive measures will be taken, okay? And in very rare cases, investigations will be done. So when here the long term carrier state is not there, okay, the carrier state is very short, and immediately after some period of time only the patient will start showing the signs and symptoms. And then you all know that the mode of transmission of the disease is through the fecal-oral route, right? And I have shown you what is fecal-oral route, that like if a I'll show it to you again. With, let me see if I have the picture. This was fecal-oral route. Remember that if he is an infected person and he has excreted, then from the feces, maybe the feces has gone into the dumping field or maybe into the water bodies, maybe it was transmitted through the flies, or maybe he did not wash his fingers properly. Then when this goes into the food of someone else, then orally he consumes it, then the virus goes into the body of the second person, then the cycle again repeats, okay? So this is the fecal-oral route. So now it has been seen that the half life of the excreted virus in the feces, it is about like 48 hours. Okay, that means when this person has excreted, I told you his feces or his excreta is now infected. Okay, so now through this the infection can go to someone else, but the life of the virus, okay, the life of the virus in this excreted feces is only 48 hours. So if within 48 hours it is transmitted, then the other person will get the disease. But after 48 hours after the excretion, the virus itself will die. Okay, so since that half life is also less, so it is possible for eradication. Okay, there are chances for eradication of polio. And again, we have a vaccine for polio. You all remember, I guess, Suck and Sabine. We had those polio vaccines, and the oral polio vaccine, it is easy to administer, and it is administered during regular doses. Okay, after regular interval it is administered. A routine vaccination program is carried out, and then the vaccine is also cheap. Okay, it is not much like costly or anything, so everyone and anyone can afford that vaccine, and in some countries the vaccine is free of cost only. And then the pulse polio program that I told you, that it was the largest immunization program where it immunized about 87 million children. So the pulse polio program was also a success. So in that way, if such programs are taken up, so those can be success in the near future. Okay. And then what is the age of poliomyelitis? Okay, in our country. So the average is like 18 months. Okay, average is considered to be 18 months, although it can affect anyone, but the age, okay, the people who are at more risk is considered to be of 18 months. And then the agent is that I told you, that is the RNA virus, which is the polio virus. It has three serotypes. Three serotypes means three types, okay, three subtypes that you can say, 1, 2 and 3. And out of this 1, 2 and 3, type 1 is more dangerous. Then reservoir of infection, that I already told, man is the only reservoir of infection. Infectious material, infectious material and reservoir of infection, there is a difference. Okay, when I say reservoir of infection, it means the host, the definite host in which the virus can be present. When I say infectious material, okay, that means the what things are affected here, the faces and oropharyngeal secretion, that is, you all know that it is fecal-oral route. So the faces and the oropharyngeal secretion of an infected person, these are the infectious material. Sometimes you can see that the body fluids are the infectious material, not here but in some other diseases, but the reservoir is different, infectious material is also different. Then the period of communicability, it is 7 to 10 days. After that comes your host factors. Within host factors comes your age, sex differences and risk factor. So age factor, it means that usually you can see that the children and the infants are affected, but it's not, it can affect anyone at any age. Okay, but most of the time children are more likely to get affected. Then sex differences, it is found more in male than in female. Okay, it is 3:1 the ratio. And the risk factor is, if one is already infected by polio, so there are chances that that person will be infected again. Now, some environmental factors also play a role, that is, maybe in the rainy season. So, and in case of overcrowding and poor sanitation, because the fecal-oral route that I have shown you, in the rainy season, it will be easier for the faces to get transported to some water bodies, and also to get transported in a wide geographical area, right? And in places where there is poor sanitation and overcrowding, so it is likely to occur. Mode of transmission, one is fecal-oral route. Okay, that is, if you, one infected person has excreted, and then from his excreta, then it goes into the food of someone else, of a healthy person, then that person can also get infected. And the less common route is also there, which is the droplet infection. So through, there are two modes of transmission, one is fecal-oral route, another one is your droplet infection. Next is about your incubation period. It is like usually 7 to 14 days, or in a wider range if you see, then it is 3 to 35 days. Then regarding the prevention of polio, there are two types of virus, okay. One which is the oral one, which you call as the sabine, sabin, sabine or sabin, and the inactivated polio vaccine, which is the salk. Okay, so the oral polio vaccine is widely used. And like in the developed countries, 3 doses of oral polio vaccine was shown to be effective. Okay, but in the developing countries, it is not. Why? Because in the developing countries, you have poor hygiene, there is poor sanitation, and people here do not tend to follow the vaccination schedule. Okay, people in some areas already have a taboo regarding the modern medicine. So some people, they do not follow the vaccination schedule. Apart from that, poor hygiene and poor sanitation. Now there is a difference between developed and developing countries. Okay, developed countries are already developed, for example the US. Okay, but then when I say about developing countries, India is a developing country. So these two are different. Developing countries, these are still developing, but you cannot consider them as developed. Okay, developed countries have like they have already developed, okay, in all the sectors. Okay, but developing countries have not reached that level. Okay, so there is a difference when you see these two words, developed and developing countries. And then there was this pulse polio immunization, that is the largest single day public health event. Okay, and the government of India undertook this. So in the first round, it was taken up on 9 December 1995, where they immunized about like 87 million children. Okay, initially they targeted the children under 3 years of age. Okay, but now the children who are below the age of 5 years are being targeted for the vaccine. Okay, so till the age of 5 years the vaccine can be given. Clear? Polio. And then there is this your post polio syndrome. Okay, so what is post polio syndrome? Like after the disease has healed. Okay, that day I told you about a certain question, no, where I gave the options how a disease can end. It can end like if a person has died after his death, or by recovery, or by residual deformities. Okay, so this, the example of post polio syndrome, this comes under your residual deformities. That is, polio has healed. Okay, polio has healed, the virus is not no longer present in the person's body, but after the disease there are some residual deformities that you will see in the person. So when the polio, it affects your CNS, that is the central nervous system, when it affects your brain and spinal cord, so even after you have recovered from polio, after some years, and it can be as long as like 15 years, you can show some residual effects. Okay, so there will be some disorders of the nerve and the muscle, there might be some kind of muscle weakness, and there will be experience in the muscle and your joints, one will get tired very easily, and ultimately this can lead to paralysis of all the muscles and all the functions related to your brain and spinal cord. And most of the functions in our body are controlled by the brain and the spinal cord, so all these functions will be affected, okay, during the post polio syndrome. I think so I have shown you a picture before. So no, this picture, these are the untreated polio patient. Okay, most of the time when polio is untreated, even then this can lead to the paralysis, or sometimes even after treatment, maybe the disease was too severe and it affected the CNS very badly. In those cases also you will see this kind of paralysis. Okay, so do not think that if the person is paralyzed because of polio, the person still has the virus. No, the virus, maybe the virus has gone. Okay, the person was treated, sometimes maybe untreated, but it has led to these deformities. The severe paralysis it is seen in case of your polio. This is known as your post polio syndrome. Okay, so clear polio. Okay. Okay, so I hope it is clear to all. So like yesterday, we'll discuss some question and answers. So I hope every one of you participate. Okay, please answer everyone. So polio is a dash infection. Option A, bacterial. Option B, viral. Option C, both bacterial and viral. Option D, fungal. Viral. Okay. Rest. Viral. 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 Yes. The remaining people. Okay, so you are correct. It's a viral infection. Okay, and it is caused by the RNA virus. Okay, and that you usually call it the polio virus, but the broader category is a RNA virus. So then polio is an infection of human dash. Option A, alimentary tract. Option B, CNS. Option C is your peripheral nervous system. Option D is both A and B. CNS, okay. CNS. Yes, the rest. Yes, the rest. Answer. Okay, the answer is both A and B. Okay, alimentary tract as well as the CNS. Alimentary tract means the digestive tract. Okay, so alimentary tract is also affected, along with it the CNS, that is your brain and the spinal cord. These are also affected. Okay, you might get the option as CNS. Sometimes you might also get the option as brain or spinal cord. Okay, so these are affected. Mostly the alimentary tract is only affected, that is the digestive tract, but in some cases, in very few cases, you will see that the CNS is also affected. So the next question, choose the correct statement. Okay, Smallpox and poliomyelitis have been eradicated. Okay. Smallpox and poliomyelitis have been eradicated. B. Polio is an eradicable disease. C. Smallpox have been eradicated. Option D, B and C. Option B. B. Okay, the B is a correct option. Okay, that is good that you said, but C was also correct. Okay, so there was an option D where I said that both B and C. In C, I said that smallpox have been eradicated. So that is also correct. Okay, so both B and C. Polio is an eradicable disease and smallpox have been eradicated. So these two are correct. So the answer will be D. Okay, both B and C. Polio has not been eradicated, but it has the properties to get eradicated. So polio is an eradicable disease and smallpox have been eradicated. Clear, everyone? Yes, okay. Polio virus have how many serotypes? Option A 1, option B 3, option C 4, option D 5. Polio virus has how many serotypes? 3. Okay. Okay, good. Okay, that is 3. Then which serotype is more dangerous? Serotype 1, serotype 2, serotype 3, all of the above. Type 1. Okay, rest. Everyone answer. Type 1. Okay. Okay, you don't know. Okay, the answer is serotype 1. Okay, good. So serotype 1 is more infective and it is more dangerous. Okay. Then dash is the only reservoir of infection. Say, I'll give no options here. Dash is the only reservoir. Men, human. Okay, human. Okay, good. It is human. Okay. And then the next question is the virus is found in dash. Okay. Option A is feces of the infected person. Option B is oropharyngeal secretion of the infected person. Option C is both A and B. And your option D is in the bodily secretions, bodily fluid secretions, which means your tears, okay, sweat, all these. Option A and B. Yes, the others answer. both A and B. Yes. Good. Okay. It is found in both the oropharyngeal secretions and also the feces. Now, feces, you know, that is the excreta, and oropharyngeal secretion means cough and sputum, all these things. Okay. So, these are the oropharyngeal secretions. Now, what is the period of communicability of poliomyelitis? Option A 8 to 10 days, option B 7 to 10 days, option C 1 to 10 days, option D 5 to 10 days. B. Okay, correct everyone. Okay, good. It is 7 to 10 days. Now I'll tell you four statements. Okay, out of these four statements, you find out which ones are the correct statement. Okay, there might be more than one correct statement. Okay, or maybe the four are only correct, or maybe one or two are wrong. Okay, so listen to them carefully. Number one statement is men is the only host. Number two is the half-life of the excreted virus in the feces is about 48 hours. Number three is a long-term carrier state is known. Number four is polio vaccine is costly. So, which ones are correct? Which ones are wrong? A and B. The rest? Men is the only host. Half-life of the excreted virus in the feces is about 48 hours. A long-term carrier state is known. Polio vaccine is costly. So, A and B. Yes, the rest? A and B. Okay, you all are correct. A and B. Okay, good. A long-term carrier state is not known, and then polio vaccine is cheap. What is the ratio of male used to female in case of polio? 3 used to 1, 1 used to 3, or 4 used to 1, or 1 used to 4? 3 used to 1. Okay. What is the ratio of female used to male in polio? Yes. What is the ratio of female used to male? 1 is to 3. The rest? Yes, the rest? Female used to male. Is to 3. Okay, correct. Good. It is 1 used to 3. So read the question carefully. Okay, means as you will be reading like 3 used to 1, 3 used to 1, so that will be preoccupied in your brain. So whenever you see the question polio and you see the option 3 used to 1, so there will be a tendency to click on it. Okay, but read the question carefully. It might be male used to female or whether it is female used to male. Okay, so read that carefully. Then, in which season is polio likely to occur or spread more? In which season polio is likely to occur or spread more? Rainy. Okay, good. Why rainy season? Because there will be more contamination, there will be overcrowding and poor sanitation. So in rainy season it will be easier to be transported from one place to the other. What are the modes of transmission? What are the modes of transmission? Option A, fecal-oral route. Option B, droplet infection. Option C, both A and B. And your option D is through air. Okay. It's both, okay? Droplet and fecal-oral route, okay? Droplet and fecal-oral route both are correct. Fecal-oral route is more common. Droplet is although less common, but it can be transmitted through droplet infection as well. Then comes your, what are the two types of polio vaccine? What are the two types of polio vaccine? I'll give no options here. Say, what are the two types of polio vaccine? It's been an inactivated. Okay. Oral polio and inactivated. Okay. The rest? Sabin and Salk. Okay. Okay, so you all are correct. Oral polio vaccine and inactivated. Oral is known as Sabin and inactivated is known as your Salk. Okay, so next question. The National Immunization Program in India. So initially it recommended a primary course of dash doses of oral polio vaccine at dash month interval. Okay, option is 1 3 3 1 3 3 1 1. The National Immunization Program in India recommended a primary course of 3, okay, 3 and 1, okay. Others, dash doses of OPV at dash month interval. Okay, so you all are correct, it's 3 and 1. Okay, initially it was recommended 3 doses at 1 month interval. So when was the pulse polio immunization program taken up? Oh, Okay, correct. Good. It's 9th December 1995. What was the initial age, okay, for which the children were targeted, and later it was increased up to what age for this pulse polio immunization or polio immunization? What was the initial age and later it was raised to how much age? 3 years and later to 5 years. Yes, correct everyone. So initially it was 3 years and later it was raised to 5 years of age. Okay. So clear polio, everyone? Okay. So you go back and read it, okay? You might have some doubts, so you can ask me. Okay. So as you said to discuss the other topics, so that is rabies, dengue and malaria. So we'll discuss them. So I think tomorrow we'll discuss about dengue. So you all read about dengue. We'll also discuss it once and then we'll go for the question answer round. Okay, for dengue. And apart from this, if any one of you have any more doubts, you let me know. Okay, so once we finish dengue, malaria and rabies, revising this, okay, after revising these topics, we'll go for the other topics. So you all find out what topics you want me to discuss, or if you have any personal doubt while reading it or anything, so you can ask me. Okay, you can ask me in WhatsApp also. Okay, but if you want me to repeat the topic in the class, so you can let me know. Okay, so we'll revise that. Tomorrow we'll go for dengue. So everyone read it and we'll discuss it tomorrow again along with the question and answers. Okay. Okay, so we'll wind up here. CR, you can send me the attendance.